Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today, which will be a treat, is Petty Betty Treats.
Yes.
This is Liz Coffey. She's been involved in a lot of things around the community. If you go back as far as I have, she was my printer technician. You remember those days?
I was.
She worked around town fixing computers and printers and stuff. You've really evolved. You've gone into IT. You've gone backwards. You've gone from the technology to
now I'm cooking.
Yeah.
So, over 30 years of IT, and now I'm decided I'm going to retire and I'm going into cooking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she. Let me just tell you a little bit. She makes these treats. I have said, and it's not dog or cat treats. It's people treats. So tell us a little bit about it, Liz, about some of the things. I've bought some of these things and have tried them, and they're really cool.
Well,
so
thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you're up to. Then we'll talk about some of the events.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it's a dairy-free fruit butter. And so it's familiar to your apple butter, but it's a strawberry, pineapple, blueberry, blackberry, and it's basically every fruit that I've basically turned into a butter, and it's a fruit spread. So I also have sweet potato, and then I have orange, and I have orange ginger, and so I have all the flavors. And so I take that and I turn it into a mash, and that's your dairy-free fruit spread.
Right.
And then I extract the juice, and then I also have what is called a petty punch, and then you can take that 4-ounce jar and mix it with any beverage of your choice.
Well, that's what I bought. So she tries to tell me I can stick it in my iced tea, but I don't know if I want to ruin the nectar.
Oh, you're not going to ruin the nectar. Yeah, the blackberry is really good with tea.
But I have tasted it at your booths, and it's so good.
Thank you.
And it's so different. You know, it's not something that you just see every day. You can't buy this at Martin's or at Walmart,
absolutely.
right?
No, it's not a simple syrup. I mean, it's familiar too. It's a concentrate, but it's fresh. There's no pectin.
Right.
It's basically fresh lemon, the fresh fruit, sea salt, and water.
That's cool. That's really cool. So now, how are you selling this stuff?
In a 4-ounce jar, and then I go out to craft markets and things and farmer markets. And so this weekend we'll be at the DL Community Market. We actually started at the DL Community Market last year. We launched there last year.
And that's really, and if you've never been to this, at the farmer's market there at the Dynamic Life, it's really something that they've set up there, Matt and his wife and all the Moonacre kids. Right. It's a great event. It gives an opportunity for local artisans and farmers kind of like
to showcase
their goods, and there's several that are really unique. Even the flower lady is there selling her flower farm. So, but there's a lot of neat things, and you should show up and check it out. It starts for
it's this Saturday.
This thing runs till end of October, November. So it's every 2 Saturdays a month, I believe.
And this Saturday at 9, they're going to do some kid activities. They're going to be planting seeds and things like that, and there will be vendors on site. And then each time they're going to have different activities. I think there's going to be a Jeep activity and all kinds of neat things.
Well, Matt down there is trying to get that thing going, and it's just really a good work. And we've done several interviews with some of the farmers, and it's amazing how many are that have goods that are, most of them in Warren County or Shenandoah County and some around some places, and then a lot of other vendors that show up that make these crafts and these Petty Betty treats. And so we got this coming up May. This one is May 6th.
May 6th.
So where's your next one after that?
So May 13th we'll be down on Main Street with the CNC Frozen Treats. So that's for the Family Fun Day.
Family Fun Day. You can't miss that.
Yeah, no, because we're going to be in the parade, and then we're going to go ahead and set up our booth as well from 10 to 6 with Family Fun Day down on Main Street.
Across from the crawdads. So we snap them crawdads and go and get some Petty Betty treats to wash it down.
To wash it down with your petty punch.
Oh, that's it. It is geared. Knowing you'll probably have something with crawdads in it.
Oh, I didn't think about that. We're making a crawdad butter. some spread of that.
Willie will buy that stuff up.
I'm sure he would.
Next thing you know, we'll have Petty Betty ice cream down there. So you'll have something. Okay, that's 2 down.
Yeah, and so we've actually evolved. So now we have our event expansion. And so throughout the season that we did last year, we met a lot of our fellow crafters and vendors and things, and we found that they would like to expand throughout the year.
Sure.
And so then that's what gave me the idea to come up with working with the community partners and event partners.
Right.
And so we have our Campfire Country Fest that's going to be June 10th, and we've brought in 19 vendors that are going to be there on site. And so we have our baked goods, we have some of our T-shirt vendors, We're going to have we have barbecue that's going to be down there. We're going to have a lot of food vendors. So hamburgers, barbecues, french fries, C&C frozen treats are going to be down there. We're going to have our kids zone. So we're going to have our bouncy house and a lot of kids activities. Shando Carriage is going to be down there with the horses.
Oh, that's cool. People like that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So where's all this going to be at?
So that's going to be at the Pose River Edge, the RV camp down. It's at the end of Kendrick Lane. So you're going to pass the the Front Royal Police Department.
Right.
And then as you go down past the police department, you'll go under the railroad bridge and then past the Old Virginia and then down into the campsite. And so we're going to have yurt camping. We have our tent and our RV camping. And then it will be a lot of fun. Yeah. And so we have our 19 vendors, but then we also have our bands. We're going to have Chris Darlington. We're going to have Jake Cohen. We're going to have Brendan Edwards. We're going to have our MC, John Walsh, is going to be down there. And then we're going to have the River Driven Band. We're going to have the Sidemen Band down there. Oh. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to run until about 11.
And that's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday, June 10th.
And that's going to run from...
So it's going to run from check-in is at 9, and then it's going to run all the way until 11 p.m., but then we're going to have our camping. So we have yurt camping.
That'll go overnight.
It's going to go through the night, and checkout is at noon for camping on the 11th.
Wow. And that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So that's the third one, because she told me she had 4 events.
Yes.
So when's the fourth one?
So July 22nd at the Front Royal Fire Department. DH Farms and I have partnered with the Front Royal Fire Department to host a family fun event, if you will.
Sure.
And again, C&C frozen treats are going to be there, and we're going to have food vendors, and we're going to have our craft vendors. We're going to be inside and outside.
At the fire department.
At the fire department here in town on Commerce Avenue. And then we've welcomed our nonprofit organizations at both events. So if there's a nonprofit organization that would like to join, please let us know, because we're offering free spaces for those at both events. And so we'll be inside and outside at the July 22nd. We're going to do the bouncy house, and we'll have the kids zone. We'll have the food. It's going to be so much fun on July 22nd.
This is Petty Betty event coordination.
Yes, it is.
So expanding, and and a lot of vendors do this. This is great that it's kind of like a big family of these vendors. They get together, and it's hard when you're just by yourself trying to do these things. And,
it really is a community,
and it takes a community to get this thing together and keep it promotion, and it's just hard for one person to do. But there's so much stuff going on in our community, and these markets, people love the farmers market. They love the craft events. They just like getting together and having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like you've planned this one for DL, and they're going all summer. So 2 Saturdays a month, all through the summer. That's great. Of course, then we have the Family Fun Day, and you can't miss that. That's a parade. That's on the 13th of May, and that starts at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And trust me, I still got that 4-foot teddy bear sitting. I couldn't give it away to any kids. I think all their parents thought, who is this creep giving away teddy bears? Yeah. So I ended up hauling it home. I thought, well, I'll give that to my grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, they're scared to death of it. So anyway, so I still have it sitting in the rocking chair.
We'll put it on the petty wagon, because we're putting the petty wagon in the parade.
I think I'm going to give it as a gift here, because that thing's got to go. But it creeps me out when I walk downstairs and turn the light on. That thing's staring at you. So anyway, that's the 13th. Family Fun Day. It's a great thing. Yep. Crawdads, and he's going to have a bear ride or some sort of ride. And then you're going to move after that. That's the 2. So you're going to move to
June 10th.
June 10th.
The Campfire Country Fest.
Right. And that's kind of neat too, going down out there past the Virginia Gentleman.
Yeah. Or the Old Virginia. Old Virginia.
I don't think anybody even realizes that there was
Virginia Gentleman.
We actually had an Old Virginia. They made jellies and jams and all sorts of cool stuff there.
Going back to the roots with the butters and things.
I know, so that's kind of cool. I didn't even know there was a campground out there.
Yeah, there is. And that's why we're doing the yurt camping, the RV camping, the tent camping. And then we're bringing our bands with Chris Darlington, Jake Cohen, the River Driven Band. Shay Parker, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And, those guys are good. Mm-hmm. And then you're doing one in July with the fire department.
July 22nd.
And probably other ones in between.
Oh, I'm sure, yes, because we're actually planning some others in September as well and later on. So you can find that information at pettybettytreats.com and go to our event page. And all of the events are listed on that page. And if you'd like to register as a vendor for any of those events, you may go and click on any of the links, and that will give you all the registration information.
And we'll put all those links here below the video. You're a pro at this. You've got it all marked. You've got your elevator speech
Absolutely, of course.
Come prepared.
That's what we do at Teddy Betty Treats. Whoops. That's what we do.
That's great. Anyway,
Thank
appreciate it, Liz. I thank you for your community support, helping the other vendors out.
Thank
we
you.
will be down at the DL Market. I told her I'd be there Saturday if it's not too cold.
It's not going to be
old
cold.
These old bones just can't get out there anymore.
Yeah.
And
We're
my
wishing
feet
for
hurt.
good
I think
weather.
it will be. It'll be nice. And but the DL Market's kind of a hidden gem. It's right on John Marshall Highway. You can't miss it. And we'll start from there, and we'll keep promoting. We'll get you back next month,
Okay.
and we'll talk about how these went, and we'll see what other new
Perfect.
ones have come up. And maybe she'll bring some of her
My butters this
the
time.
butter and juice things, and we'll make some.
Cream cheese and crackers and maybe a little cake, and
I
we'll
hope the
mix
cheese
it together.
lady is the goat cheese
Oh,
lady.
yeah, I hope so. I
She'll
hear
be
good
there.
things about
Oh,
her.
it's-
Yeah.
they sell a little thing of dill, goat cheese, and pretzels.
Yeah.
And they had a bag of these butter pretzels. I think I bought 2 bags of those and a bunch of. Before I could get them home, I done ate the whole.
We'll have to
sample.
get Matt to reach out to her and tell her, just for Mike.
Yes, I get there and people making bread and the flour. It's just so many cool things. There weren't a lot of vendors a couple Saturdays, but we had some diehards showed up, and I think everybody said it was great.
Yeah, it always is. It really,
And
and
you
it's
did
right
the
there
one
on
at the
55.
church there.
Yeah.
That was very successful. I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
a bunch of stuff over there.
Yeah, and then
Made some
door
Christmas
prizes
gifts.
and raffles. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I won your thing, didn't or not yours, but the.
I think you won every raffle that day.
That's the only time I ever won anything. So they had all these out. I said, "Yeah, I've got one of those. And put tickets on all of them."
Yep.
So, but it's great, and I appreciate people like you in our community that get out there and try to make stuff happen.
Thank you. We're here to support. We're not here to compete. We're here to support.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
appreciate
That's what
that.
we want to do. Again,
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
so much, Liz.
Thank you very much. And thank you for having me here
Sure,
today,
I
Mike. I
appreciate it.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.